Hi guys, it's Moa aka Swedish Whisky Girl, and today we're going to try a Japanese whiskey, and it's the Kurayoshi 12 years old. It is bottled at 43% ABV, and this does not actually consist of only Japanese whiskies. It is actually a blend from both Scottish single malts and malts from Japan. This was sent to me by the guys at Matsui, so thank you very much for letting me try your whiskey. And these whiskies are said to be characterized by the pure underground water that runs from the Dyson Mountains that they also use when maturing their product. So this is of course 12 years old, which means that all the whiskies in this have to be at least 12 years old. It is only single malt in this, making it a blended malt or a pure malt as they call it as well. So yeah, let's have a little nose. It's very honeyed and you get orange notes as well. Generally, I tend to find that Japanese whiskies have a grassy note, but I don't find that at all in this one. A very honeyed, very orangey. It kind of makes you quite curious to see what it is on the palate because it has a really lovely smell. No spice, but it kind of just feels very warming and very smooth. And of course, no hints of any earthiness as well. So yeah, let's have a little taste. So slanjava, skål, kanpai. You definitely get that kind of orange note as well on the palate and the honey sweetness. It almost has a bit of a sour note in the middle, but it's more sour like, I tend to get a sour note if you've ever tried mash or something fermented that tends to have that kind of sourness just in the middle. That's what I tend to get from this. Very, very smooth spices as well, more cinnamon spicy but very, very smoothly. I almost get like a citrus herby note, so maybe like lemongrass, and I think that kind of sour note also blends in with more of a lime character. Very interesting. A lot of citrus, definitely that honey sweetness, and I also get this lovely apple note, so more like kind of a pink lady apple, so a red apple that still has a lot of kind of juiciness and a lot of sweetness left. It does feel very warming and very well rounded, no sharp edges at all. I don't really get any earthy notes, but just very warming notes. Maybe more like if you stewed oranges and added some honey in that, and this kind of mixture and all the aromas that come up is kind of what I get on my palate. I do think it's a lovely whiskey, especially if you want something that's quite easygoing but still has a lot of flavour. So it's not boring, it just has no edges that you can kind of get caught on. Almost has a kind of exotic note as well, which I'm trying to figure out what it is. Maybe it's those kind of really ripe oranges. Maybe a bit of banana as well. Like more artificial banana notes. I think it's a really nice sitting at home sipping a whiskey, just want something smooth that you can kind of give to anyone. I think this is a whiskey that a lot of people would like because it does have that kind of honey note to it as well as the kind of lovely fruitiness. But of course, I would love to hear what you think. Have you tried the Kurayoshi 12? Have you perhaps tried other Japanese whiskies that you think I should try? Or any ones that are blends like this between both Scottish and Japanese? I think it's quite interesting when you do something like that because you do get a completely different note than I think if you would only use whiskies from one country. But I'm really passionate about flavour, so if you can combine two different flavours or two different kind of vibes from two different countries into a glass and make it taste good, then I really like it. That's a plus in my book. Of course, It is good to be mindful that some whiskies in Japan, they do not have the same regulations as you do in Scotland, so just be careful that what you're drinking might not be whiskey, or at least what you would call whiskey in Scotland. It can actually not be made from barley, water and yeast. It can be made from something completely different. It's not even anything could be classed as a green whiskey, so just be careful. But I mean, if you like it, if you think it's a good taste, then that is a good dram to you. I hope you will like this one. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and as always, feel free to follow me on Instagram. I hope you'll have a nice day. Slàinte mhath, skål!